In a little series, Dominion for Dudes, and I do believe, and this is not hyperbole, I think this may be the most significant message that I have ever given to men. And this is really where it all begins. And let me just start by saying this. Your biggest enemy is you. Your biggest enemy is you. My biggest enemy is me. The greatest threat to your future and your family is you. The greatest threat to my future and my family is me. As men, we can get very frustrated with government, and you should be, because our government's terrible. You can get frustrated with leaders at work, and that's fine, because most of them deserve it. But at the end of the day, the person that's most influential in your life, your family, your future, your legacy is you. And if you can't rule you, everyone and everything that depends on you will suffer because of that dominion to you. And you need to exercise that dominion. But you need to do so in a holy and a healthy and a godly way. And the result is exercising of dominion has to start with you. If you're not under control, then you can't lead anyone in a way that honors God. This is why of the 10 commandments, if you read the old King James translation, 9 of the 10 say, thou shalt not. It's your father going, son, don't do that. Son, don't do that. Son, don't do that. Son, don't sleep with her. You're not married to her. Don't take that. It doesn't belong to you. Don't say that. It's not true. Watch your emotions. Don't get out of control. And what God is doing as a father, he's saying, you need to exercise dominion over your life before you can influence others and expand that dominion. And the heart includes more than just your emotions, but it is encompassing your emotions. Jesus says it this way in Matthew 15, 18 and 19. What comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart. Out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, and slander. So what Jesus is saying is the heart is upstream, the belief and the behavior, it's downstream. If you're like, man, I cuss a lot. I really am not good to my wife, and I'm a pretty perverted guy. The heart is the issue. Once the heart is right, upstream, things change downstream. And a lot of times guys are working on behavior modification rather than heart transformation. And this is really a crucial key to fathering. The key to fathering is to get your kid's heart and connect it to God's heart. And the other thing that can really damage your heart, if you experience emotionally a high degree of fear or anger, your heart is not in a good place. Some men, they're driven by fear. They don't want conflict, they don't want failure, they don't want shame, they don't want criticism. They're driven by fear. Other men, the flip side, some men have anger, but really under the anger is fear. And the anger is someone or something that I love is not going to be given to me, or it'll be given to me and then taken from me. So the fear is, I got the job, but what if I lose the job? The fear is, I got the girl, but what if I lose the girl? And what happens is, most men don't like feeling weak or insecure or fearful, and so then we overcompensate with anger. We kick up the testosterone, we get very frustrated, we're like, that's it, I'm gonna go from Banner to Hulk, I'm turning green, and I'm gonna break some things. And Jesus was angry every once in a while, but he spent most of his time in joy. He had times of anxiety, he had times of oppression, he had times of exhaustion, but Jesus lived in joy, and there were times that he would have appropriate or healthy anger or anxiety, but he would return to joy. You need to know that you as a son of God, you and I were made to live in joy. Before sin entered the world, before Satan and demons showed up, every day was a good day. And so what happens is, as soon as Satan and demons show up and we sin against God and we hand our godly masculine dominion to our enemy, not only is our dominion gone, so is our joy. So is our joy. So Jesus comes for the joy set before him. He endured the cross. So Jesus died so that we could be saved. He rises so we can get new life. And then he sends us the Holy Spirit, and the fruit of the Spirit includes joy. As a man, if you are doing well, you will live in joy, and when you deviate from joy, you will return to joy. That's how you know, that's your plumb line, that's your north.